Okay, great. So now that we have a plan, we're going to jump into some practice. And what I have around the room are your independent practice from today. And you are going to monitor using your lesson plan.
Okay.
All right, so talk me through, what are you looking for?
So I'm doing 4 laps, and I am doing my first lap, which is them completing the square.
And how do students know?
I'm going to be circling if it's incorrect, highlighting where they should be looking, a check if it's correct, and they can move on.
And how are you collecting data?
Tick marks per lap
Tick marks where?
on my exemplar.
You ready?
Yes.
Let's go.
Okay. As I'm coming around, I'm now looking at your perfect square trinomial. How did you create your perfect square trinomial?
Pause. What are you going to do? Your code.
Do I tell them that too? Okay. As I'm coming around, I'm looking for your perfect square trinomial. If I circle it, that is where you should be focusing on. If I check it, move on to the next problem. As I'm coming around, I'm also focusing on if you have the correct signage in your boxes.
Good. Good. What are you saying so far?
Okay, so what I'm noticing is that people are just skipping this step. So they're adding 16 on both sides, but they're not simplifying, and then it messes them up when they have to actually solve for x to find the square root. So they're missing this second step of, well, this third step of the perfect square trinomial.
Yeah, that's exactly what I got. Okay, perfect. How did that feel?
Good. I liked it a lot because now, especially for the perfect square trinomial, I know exactly where on the exemplar I'm looking at and where on the paper I'm looking at. So that was a good.
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 Let's sit down.
Okay.
You've just finished your practice. How did that align to what we named in our exemplar?
Well, first and foremost, each round was very clear and concise. So we wanted to make sure that we had a name and a lap for each code. And I think that was great for me. Also, I had the exemplar in hand, and that was great for me to refer back to. And I collected data on trends for every lap. So I think hopefully that aligns to our exemplar.
It did.
Yay.
Great job. Usually I ask you what's the best time, but I'm coming in next period to see this. So that's super exciting. I'd also like to see the exact chart that we used today in your lesson plans from now on.
Got it.
So if you could just keep that in there and reuse that would be great. And then before we close out today, restate for me your action step for this week.
Okay. So my action step is to aggressively monitor one procedural and one conceptual lap by naming each lap in code, marking every paper with the exemplar in hand, and to collect data on trends per lap.
Nice job. Nice job today.